God is good, and today I want to talk about Wurm Online releasing on Steam, which was yesterday that it released, at least at the time of this recording. I'm going to give you my early impressions. We're going to talk about the very beginning of my adventure and the features I'm most excited for, as well as the improvements that have been made to the game from its standalone client that has been out for many years, because the Steam release came with a host of changes as well as a brand new fresh start server. Before we get started though, if you are new to the Nathan Napalm channel, please consider subscribing, especially if you're interested in old school MMOs or MMOs that have that old school spirit, such as Pantheon Rise of Fallen, Defend the Night, and so many others. And a big shout out to the members of Napalm for supporting me and this channel. If you're interested in becoming a member with special perks, please click the join button down below for options and a list of perks. Alright guys, so I have to start this off with, at launch, the Wurm Online servers are getting absolutely crushed. Any new MMO releasing these days, this is gonna happen, because MMO fans are thirsty, and I would say doubly so for Sandbox MMO fans. So it took me a while to get in. I had to log in actually at 2 a.m. this morning to get through the tutorial. Now, once you are through that tutorial and enter the main game, logging in, from my experience, is much better. But there are people literally everywhere. The game is getting quite a bit of attention, which I think is great. Also, pro tip, once you load up the launcher, simply make a username. This will be the name of your character, and try to log in. You do not need to make an account on the Wurm Online website. Okay, so I'm going to say outright that this is an MMO full of wonder. There is so much you can do, and wandering about the world, seeing people chopping down trees, scavenging for food, mining out holes into the earth is such a treat. It is so rare that any game allows you the freedom to do whatever you want. After a brief tutorial, which basically just teaches you the bare basics of gameplay, check your inventory for a mirror. Use this mirror in order to make your character look like what you want. Male, female, hair, face, beard, skin tone, etc. It's a very basic character creator for sure, but with the game's strengths, well, they're not anything to do with the character creator. It's in the freedom of the world. Now, once you've learned how to dig, cut down trees, mine, drop items, equip items, fight, etc., you will join the new server through a portal and decide between a PvE server or a PvP server. You can also join the old servers, but I highly recommend the new one so you can start fresh and watch this new world grow. Now, once you spawn into the settlement in the real world, you'll be met with some lag. This is because the game just launched and it's getting hammered. Generally, at the time of this recording, anywhere between 100 to 200 people will be within your general vicinity when you log in. The frame rate, though, was fine for me. It bounced somewhere between 50 to 60 frames, but the UI lags, especially with so many people nearby. Do what you need to do there in the settlement or town you start in, and then head out into the wild. Once I got far enough away from the masses, I was actually able to chop trees, forage, basically use the UI with no issues or lag. Now, the first thing I noticed about this new Steam release was that they have done a major graphical overhaul. I mean, the game looks pretty good, especially if you compare to what Wurm Online used to look like, or look like prior to the, with the standalone client. And the UI changes are an absolute godsend, I'd like to mention as well. Everything is so much more organized, easier to understand. Now, I'm not saying you'll never get confused. You will. You'll run into that, how do I do this? Or how do I do that? But the community is very nice and helpful, and there's plenty of resources online to help you out. And honestly, it's complicated because there's just simply so much you can do. I kept getting the feeling that this was like a Minecraft, Ultima Online, old school RuneScape, like two daddies, one mama MMO child. And the feeling of freedom is breathtaking in a sea of MMOs that hold your hand and force you through content like a single player experience. This game is so different. You are literally just free to decide a goal and then pursue it. Wurm Online will impress you as you simply take in the sights as well. Behold the forest being chopped down, and everyone rushes to build their home. Seeing people sawing or chopping at trees or sawing down the trees. People out there mining, buzzing around, walking with carts in hand, leading their cattle. And I even saw people fixing the roads because yes, you can build roads for a living in this game. I also see how they have made the new player experience better with this release, and they also gave us some buffs. They give you time to acquaint yourself, learn the ropes, before the brutal reality of just how deep this game really is sets in. This is a very small team that is developing this game, and I think they have accomplished a feat I really actually wasn't certain even could be done to such a sandboxy degree in 2020, and it's an adventure I'm going to take. Of course, I will make more videos and I'll let you guys know how I feel about this MMORPG as I continue to dive deeper. For now though, I am gathering up the materials I need in order to build a training doll so I can skill up my sword and fighting so I can go out and look for some stuff to kill, because that's what I want to do. Maybe build a home once I find a good spot with a good view somewhere away from the city life. Then maybe delve into some blacksmithing. We will see. One thing I can tell you for sure is that I don't think there's another experience out there quite like Wurm Online is offering, especially in 3D. And it's free to try, but with the limit of only being able to get your skills to 20, and then you will need a sub, which is $7 a month. The only other thing you can buy with real money is silver coins, which are not needed at all in this game, but could be used if you wanted to trade with other real players, if you wanted them to do something for you, right? You could maybe pay them with some silver coins to make up for the fact that you don't have skill in that or don't want to skill it up, I guess. Or you could just be the person doing the things for other players and you get paid the silver coins without spending any money. But no matter what, they're completely not pay to win and absolutely useless, as you can literally do and acquire absolutely everything without them, and even with them, you can't get what you want unless a real person wants the coins for doing something. I hope that makes sense. Basically what I'm trying to say is they don't matter at all. They're not necessary. It's not part of the core gameplay or anything actually necessary in the game. And if you're misunderstanding what I'm saying, then that's all you're doing is misunderstanding, because that's what it is. It's not necessary. And I don't mean like it's not necessary because you don't have to have cool looking equipment. I mean it's not necessary because it doesn't actually help you with anything really. It's just an option you can do if you want to pay other people in the game. That's it. And honestly, you can pay them with supplies or trade them, bartering, all that kind of thing, because that's more what this game is all about. So what I'm trying to say is the game currently has 0 pay to win, no cost to try, and only a small sub fee if you decide it's for you. And getting to skill 20 will take quite some time, by the way, so you'll definitely know if it's for you or not by then. Now, the MMO landscape has been dry for quite some time. Best I can tell, it will be for quite a while in the future. And for me, Wurm Online is new, full of freedom, and completely fresh, and something I definitely want to pursue and see where my adventures take me. And I think it'll be a lot of fun for the channel. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. Is this sandbox environment where you just go out into this wide open world, chop down trees, dig holes in the earth, make roads, fight monsters, craft? By the way, this is a crafting person's dream come true right here, this game. It's pretty freaking awesome. But anyway, guys, is it the game for you? Is it something you want to try? Are you going to give it a shot? Have you played it already? What do you think so far? Please, I know the lag's kind of bad. The game just launched. That's pretty normal, especially for a small indie team like this. So, you know, don't really care about that. But what do you think about the actual gameplay and the future prospects of the game? Give me your opinions down below, and also let me know if you're happy to hear that I'm going to be covering this game periodically and letting you know about my adventure. And guys, of course, if you haven't already subscribed, please consider doing so. And big shout out to the members of Napalm. Thank you so much for keeping this channel alive and making what I do possible. If you're interested in becoming a member, please click the join button down below for more options. And guys, until next time, God bless and happy gaming. Please listen to what I say. I've been making videos all day. My friends all say I'm it's a video buffet. You can even hit replay. But please just subscribe. I can't even describe being part of my tribe. I'll even offer you a prize, but just please just subscribe and hit the bell notification too.